trauma doesn't block you from manifesting. This is what actually does. You are not forever broken or incapable of living a good, free life just because of what you went through in the past. Manifestation is not a job interview screening process, okay? There's no clipboard and glasses saying, I'm sorry, you were abused in the past, so we can't give you this desire. You won't be able to handle it. Sorry, you don't meet our requirements. Fortunately, manifestation is not like that. Thank God. Anyways, why should you listen to me? I was someone that was severely traumatized and crying my eyes out every single night for like a year straight in the past. I was also someone that was super duper 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 jealous because other people just effortlessly got what they wanted and were able to just live a good life so easily. And they were able to manifest easily. And here I was like, why does it work for them and not for me? Am I just too broken? Am I just incapable of feeling happy again and living a free life because of what I went through in the past? And now I'm someone that is so different, completely different from that, living a life where I get to wake up and do things that are authentically aligned with my heart, that feel good to me. Now I'm living a life where I get to soak up the sun every single day, spend so much time in nature, connect with the earth, spend time on authentic passion projects like art. I have a setup over there. I get to feel so much peace, most of all. I get to dance, draw, do whatever my little inner child within me wants to. And also surrounded by authentic bonds around me. And the reason why I shared my story was to give you proof, give you hope that no matter where you are right now, you can get to a life where you are authentically happy and fulfilled. You can. It is possible for you. So in this video, I'm going to be going over why your trauma does not block you from manifesting so you can feel empowered, calm, and actually know that it'll be okay and you're not forever broken. And number two, what blocks you? What actually blocks you from manifesting based on my experience over the years manifesting big and small desires. And these two things are, number one, identifying too much with your past. And number two, triggers. So these two things, I'm going to be going over them as well. These are so important, very, very important. I don't see them talked about that much at all in the manifestation community as well. Now I'm going to get into why your trauma does not stop you from manifesting. And the main sentence, the main line I want you to understand is that change is always possible wherever you are. Wherever you are, if in your heart that desire is truly what you want and will authentically fulfill you, you will get it no matter how far away it seems from you, okay? And I'm not going to say, oh, you can get it instantly. Your desire will just pop up instantly in your life. Oh, you can just get like $1 million overnight. Oh, you can get like 50 kgs off your body overnight. I'm not going to tell you that because I will be doing grounded manifestation and explaining it in a grounded way that your brain can understand, believe in, and properly be able to take action on. So here we go. I'm going to introduce the concept of parallel realities to you, okay? And I made a whole video on instant manifestation and why I believe it's a lie. So if you want to learn more about like the timing in which your desires come, go check it out. But for now, I'm introducing parallel realities. So let's say you're right here, okay? Yeah, that's you. Very cute. You went through some trauma in your past, okay? And this is a heavy bag which you're carrying with you. If you want to get to where you want to be, a reality where your manifestation is there, but it seems quite impossible, you will have to make your way over there over time. So change is possible. But the version of you now is very different from the version of you who has your desire, whatever it is it may be. And to get there, right? To get to this person, you will have to become different versions of you on the journey there. So you'll become version 1 of you, version 2 of you, version 3, 4, and then you'll become version 5 who has your desire. And you do this through a combination of action, aligned action, and manifestation. And the thing is, you will get there. You will get to the place where you want, no matter what happened in your past. Because it's so easy for life to change. Life is all about change. Our human experience is not meant to be certain. Our human experience is uncertain, unpredictable, anything can happen, okay? I've seen stories where people who were like super overweight, who were chronically unhealthy, they were able to heal. Even though illness was all they've ever known in their life, they were able to heal, come out of that, and become healthy individuals. They could exercise, they could walk around freely, they could just do what they loved, and they were calm and at peace and weren't worrying about their health anymore. And that unhealthy person, right? This person, like, let's say they're sick. Okay. And they want to be healthy fully to a point where they don't even have to worry anymore. It is a gradual process where they are shifting into different realities, different versions of themselves slowly to get to where they want. So let's say the sick person, maybe they become less sick and then less sick and then finally healthy. It's really as simple as that. So another example that I want to give you, right, of shifting between parallel realities is, let's say someone who's like super duper duper happy, super bubbly, okay? And the thing is, they're happy and they're living a good life, but they have a terrible fear of dogs. And they really want a dog, okay? They want to manifest a dog. That is a terrible dog. Oh my god. I'm not an artist that specializes in dogs. I'm more of like a people art person, okay? My friend is good at drawing dogs, but not me. And this is like an evil dog, by the way. Evil. Because it bit this person. So this person has a huge fear of dogs, right? If they want to manifest overcoming their fear of dogs and like finally attracting a pet, they would have to slowly shift into another version of them that can touch a dog without fear. And then they'll shift into a version of them that can touch a dog and can also properly have the funds and the money to adopt a dog. So this is parallel reality 1, parallel reality 2, and all of this is like a gradual process until they finally get to a parallel reality where they can go to the pet store and actually get their own beautiful dog pet to take home. So what I'm trying to say here with all of these wacky diagrams is that change is possible no matter where you are, no matter what your situation is. Things can get better, okay? Even if you've never, ever, ever experienced what you desire in the past, even if you never experienced it, okay? All right, now let's get into what actually blocks you when you're manifesting. And number 1, it is identifying too much with your past. In order to properly receive your desire, your new reality, whatever you want, you must become an empty vessel, an empty cup. Think about it for a moment, okay? If you want anything new in your life, right? If you want to drink a new beverage. Okay, you've been drinking orange juice all your life, and you've always been filling orange juice in your cup all the way. And suddenly you want to try tasting sparkling water, or you want to try tasting watermelon juice. First of all, you gotta empty that cup before you pour more watermelon juice in, right? Otherwise, it's just gonna overflow. You're not gonna be able to hold it or anything. The same exact thing applies for manifestation. You must become nobody with no attachment to the good in their past and the bad in their past, an empty glass ready to be filled with watermelon juice in order to receive your manifestation and, most of all, experience true peace. I've just given you the secret to peace right here, which is basically becoming nobody, identifying with nothing, and not being attached or placing importance on anything overly, okay? Good memories and bad. And why, first of all, is identifying with good memories a bad thing? By good memories, I mean the memories which you desperately cling to and you keep wanting to replay, and you compare your present life to those memories. The good old days, the glory days, when you were at your prime, when you were at your peak, and everything was awesome, life was good, you were free, you were confident, you were charismatic. The reason why it is so dangerous for you to compare your past to your present is that it doesn't let you truly enjoy the moment you have in front of you. Instead, you're living in this world in your head where you're thinking about something that already happened and doesn't exist anymore in the moment, and you're just constantly in your head, unable to truly live. And I truly believe the reason why we were so happy as children, so joyful, and we had such sparkling eyes, and childhood was just so magical and so special to us, was because we didn't have the good old days to compare our current life to. 4-year-old, 4-year-olds, right? They don't have a good old days to compare their life to. They're new. They're just like, poop. They're plopped on earth and they're wiggling around and experiencing all these different moments in their life. They just picked up a worm, thought it was the coolest thing that they've ever seen. They were walking around the park barefoot. They were chasing after squirrels, whatever 4-year-olds do. And all of it was just so special and magical for them because it was so new and their eyes were still filled with wonder. And our world doesn't get worse as you age. I'm just going to tell it to you right straight, okay? The world doesn't get worse as you age. Simply, you start to carry past good memories that are wonderful for you to keep and remember, but you cling to them and compare them to your present moment where you're an adult now and you're working a job, you're taking care of your kids, you're taking care of whatever it is you're doing, and you think your childhood was better than the world you're living right now. But the truth is, the world you're living right now is amazing. And the truth is, your childhood is amazing too. But the reason why our childhoods were so special was because we were just so present. We were just savoring the moment. Excuse me. And so don't let life pass you by. Savor the moment right now that you have in front of you. Please, because it is so precious. And by doing so, you start to feel the childhood bliss and wonder again. Like the other day, me and one of my friends, we were trekking through the woods and we were just like going on a little hike together. We were holding our walking sticks, grown women by the way, holding our walking sticks and pretending that they were swords and weapons. And as our shoes were crunching on sticks and we were pushing the leaves past our face as we were getting deeper and deeper into the woods, we pretended that we were Hansel and Gretel from the fairy tale and we were looking for the witch's cabin. Like literally, we were doing commentary like, oh wow, I see something really suspicious. Whoa, I think I found the witch's lair. Is that a pack of cigs? The witch smoked a pack. That's crazy. Oh wow, look at that. There's police tape around this area. It's very suspicious. Probably the witch's lair is nearby. It was so goofy. It was so silly. It was so childish. Like, grown woman carrying sticks, walking around like that. But it was just so fun. It was so wonderful that my inner child was like laughing and screaming in joy. Both of our inner children were. And what I'm trying to say is, right? Just because you get older doesn't mean life gets less fun, doesn't mean life gets less colorful. It can be the contrary. It's just a choice. It's up to you. Okay? So look at the present moment you have right now and savor it. And number 2, right? Please do not identify with the bad memories of your past. Please do not identify with your trauma. Because a lot of people I've seen, they make their bad past experiences their whole identity. And obviously those experiences are valid and they deserve to be recognized and honored. But it gets to a point where it becomes destructive when you make it into your entire tragic backstory type of thing. Okay? Like, for example, in movies sometimes, there's always like this villain character that's like super powerful and like they're just sad and they're just like the embodiment of negative emotions and they're just there to hurt people and be violent. And then they have a really sad, tragic backstory. Like, oh, they had like a wonderful family they were living with and their entire family was killed off or something. So that's why this villain is like so cold, closed off, and that's their entire like motivation for destroying the world or whatever, okay? And honestly, like for me, I'm like your family would have just wanted you to be happy. Like yes, your family was brutally like pushed away. Yes, I get it, but your family wouldn't want you to continue to suffer, continue to struggle, and continue to just make their death your motivation, your biggest regret, your biggest sadness, and the reason why you're just so upset and destroying the world. Your family would have just wanted you to be happy if they truly, truly loved you. They would have wanted you to heal, let it go, let that negative memory go, make peace with it, grieve them, and then move on and become someone that did good in the world or was someone that was just happy. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I understand, like, yes, it's fiction. Yes, it's cooler to have, like, tragic backstories or whatever because it's more entertaining for us as an audience when we watch shows and movies like that. But that's how I want you to view your negative bad memories and experiences as well. Like, for me, for the longest time, I also was making my tragic backstory like a big part of my personality. It was something that was defining me until I realized that I needed to become an empty cup in order to receive the new life that I wanted. Because God doesn't fill cups that are already filled. So make peace with the negative memories that happen, the negative things that happen. Process the trauma, hug it, honor it, accept it, give it a kiss on its head, and smile and let it go. Smile and let it go to become nobody, someone with no attachment to anything, someone who is calm and still, which then allows them to choose whatever life that they want, to become anybody that they want. And now I want to get into number 2 that actually blocks your manifestation, which is triggers. Triggers are a very special topic dear to my heart because I had to figure this out all on my own and no one taught me this while I was manifesting a particular desire, okay? And it would always like trip me up and it would make me like, it would set back my manifestation so much. It would make me so anxious and it was just a mess. Okay, it was such a huge mess psychologically and mentally. It was such a pain. So I'm going to be telling you what they are to save you time because it's very important and to give you a peace of mind. And know that when you're manifesting something, you're going to experience this, but if you handle it the right way, that's okay. So how were triggers formed? Okay, triggers are formed through having traumatizing moments in your past related to your manifestation. And whenever you try to manifest, right, it will come up, but you might not be able to identify it as a trigger. You'll just see it as a normal response. So it's kind of tricky. Basically, they are moments in the present, certain situations that make you feel a strong rush of negative emotions like dread, hopelessness, doubt. My manifestation is impossible. I'm doomed. I'm a failure. This isn't going to work out. They're very, 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 very strong feelings of doubt, okay? They're not little whispers of doubt like, we can't do this. It's not going to work. They are strong negative feelings of fear, anxiety, blah, blah, blah. And they will induce a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response in your body. And I'll give you a simple example so you understand what this looks like, okay? So let's say we have someone trying to manifest becoming a famous musician. But in the past, the little boy version of them, they went to a competition for musicians, holding their guitar, smiling, and ready to play. This little boy spent hours and hours and hours at night writing their song, making sure all the notes were right with their little pen and their flashlight clicked on under their blanket. Hours and hours and hours for weeks before that competition. So now they show up with a big grin on their face. They walk up on stage. They see the judges sitting in front of them. There are 3. And then they strum and play their song with full passion, with full love. And that little boy, hours later, hears the announcement coming for the awards. Name number 1. Name number 2. Name number 3. Please come up and receive your rewards for winning this competition. The boy, who is eagerly sitting there waiting for his name to be called, feels dread, feels their stomach drop. All of those hours into the night with their flashlight, rubbing their eyes out of tiredness, but still working on that song. All of it, they believe, was for nothing because they didn't win. It didn't work out. And at that moment, the boy forms a core traumatic memory. The boy starts to fear failure because failure hurts like heck. It feels awful. So what happens is then the boy, years and years and years and years later, wants to manifest becoming a musician, picks up their guitar, and signs up for an audition. On the day of the audition, suddenly there's sweat. Suddenly there's anxiety and dread and hopelessness. It can even verge on the edge of a panic attack. And so the boy, he cancels the audition, he doesn't show up, and he locks himself in his room, terrified. Too terrified. And this is a flight response from trauma, from the trigger. And the trigger in this scenario was the audition and signing up for the new audition years later, okay? And this trigger is just like, for other people, it doesn't even seem like a big deal. It's like, okay, it's normal, it's fine. But for this particular person, because they had negative memories which they didn't process, negative trauma which they didn't process around this experience, heavy emotions of fear came up, fear, anxiety. And he flew. He like flighted away. Is that a word? I don't know. And the problem with this, obviously, as you can see, is that if he wants to become a famous musician, he needs to have the skill of performing at auditions, have the skill of actually being able to perform on stage without fear either. So until our hero here in this story, our main character, can do that, they won't be able to receive their manifestation. Because the past memory is something that they're clinging on to. The past trauma is something that they're clinging on to and identifying with too much. That's how triggers block you from manifesting. They make you act in a way that is unnatural for the moment, even if it's like a really small thing, which will sabotage you from it because your nervous system is freaking out, seeing that particular moment happen. So yeah, this video is getting a little long, I know, but these are just a couple of examples of how triggers will affect you when manifesting. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And also, if you want to learn more about how to heal your triggers, how to stop identifying with your past and let it go and just feel inner peace and feel good, you can check out my program, The Co-Creator's Path, first link in my description below. Or If you want to just start with something like really small, like a worksheet, you can do that as well. Because the worksheet that I'll link below, the self-love, forgiveness, and inner child worksheet, is what will help you also heal these blocks and heal these triggers. So check it out. If you want to, and this resonates with you, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.